Welcome to How About We Show Some Progress in This Bar. Hey, I'm Eric, and this is not a bar. The service in this room is actually pretty lousy. But anyway, I got a question the other day under one of the videos saying, how can I create a progress bar in AL? And that was something that we used to be able to do. So Nav could actually do a progress bar, and Navision could do a progress bar, but somehow Microsoft never got around to actually port that functionality. So I thought, well, we could do that. We could totally create a progress bar, but then something in the back of my mind said, hang on. My good buddy Henrik. If you don't know Henrik, totally go follow him on Twitter. He's been in the nav world forever. But I think I know that he actually has this project here called the BCAL Toolbox. It has nothing to do with my app called the Eric's Toolbox. This is Henrik's Toolbox, and part of this app, somewhere in this app, there's a progress bar. So you actually made a progress bar. So I think in this video, what we're going to do, instead of me just going off and creating a progress bar, let's grab Henrik's instead. And what we can do, what I actually did just before the video, is that I downloaded this thing as a zip, and unzip to a folder, connected to my Docker instance, and downloaded symbols. And now what? Progress bar. That's a README. Contains helper function that either display a confirm dialog with logic when logic is run, or suppresses if view is not allowed. There's a progress bar that returns the text, and a progress bar that also returns text. So I think this is the internal progress bar. Excel helper, that's something else. I don't think we're gonna look into this in this video. We did a video on the Excel buffer. Let me know if you need more videos on Excel. I think we need to find dialog helper. Source, there's a README. Contains helper functions that display a confirmed dialog when logic is run, blah blah blah. Sorry, Henrik. So let's actually just look at the code. We got an open window, dialog string, and a show estimated end time. And then we have a update window, counter and number of records, and we have an update window, dialog field number, dialog value. That seems easy enough. So let's create, I think if I look here, there's a startup ID. I don't think there is a page. There's not. So let's create that page. We have a startup, kind of a new file, test. How about that? .al page, that's the right number, test. And we just need to run something. So area processing, and you can see that you can kind of create a page without any of the weird stuff, not weird stuff, all the necessary things, because we just want to do something quick here. Caption equal test, application area, we'll just put this here, and then a trigger on action. So what was that code unit again? Dialog helper. TBHLG. That's Henrik. I'll leave it to you to figure out what TBHLG stands for. So we'll just call it Henrik. Code unit. That's the dial code init. Code unit. I've been skiing all day. So I might be slightly off-pissed. So in Henrik we had open window. There's only one, so let's important work. And I think so. You see, this is actually there's documentation. So Henrik has been so nice that he actually added documentation to his functions. Maybe we should also do a video on that at some point. Important work, but it tells me that I can use a placeholder for something here, and then there's another parameter, show estimated end time. True. And how about we create an I for integer here, and then we do for I equal 1 to 120. Why not B? And in here we will do a Henrik dot update window, and what? So there's 3 overloads. Counter number of records. So we could do I, 120. Let's try this one. See how this works. I think what we need to do, because 120, this, so let's add a sleep 5. Let's see how that goes. I guess that's it. And compiled, published. There we go. And I need to log in because that's how we roll. I think it worked, but maybe let's make it way slower. Wait, let's make it way slower. It is working. It's kind of looking cool. So a lot of information suddenly on the screen. So we got the important work. We got how much time has left. We got a percentage. We got an estimated time left and estimated end time. That is kind of nice. And pretty clever around showing the percentages and the bars. It looks like it's always incrementing in threes. Is that, I wonder. Okay, let's up the resolution. So 1200. And let's sleep here. I want to see how this works. So now we're getting two at a time. So apparently there's some sort of update frequency. This is very usable. That's very useful. So let's figure out how he did it, and can we change it? Oh, there was also another one. We could do Henrik.update window, update window. There were two other overlays. So dialog field number, dialog value, and dialog field number, dialog value, counter number record. So I could do, because we created this field, and I will just do random some number. How about that? Just so let's see if we get something in that field. Let me see. Interesting that the updating frequency here is higher than down here. Okay, excellent. Let's and then the last overload was just to combine these 4 parameters into a single call. But let's see what lies behind this. F12. So we have the pattern of an interface style code unit, and then a implementation code unit behind the scene. I'm not sure that makes much sense in a new world where we can define public and private functions, but hey, your mileage may vary. So we can go into this one. Okay, so remember we added here you see this is number 1. Apparently Henrik is reserving 20, 21, 22, 23 for himself. I think that's fair. We could live with 19 placeholders if we needed to. Pretty clever, actually embedding the GUI allowed stuff inside the function, so you don't have to, every time you call the dialog stuff, you don't have to consider, hey, now this is going to run on a job queue or start session or task schedule or whatever, that you can actually just use it and then it will still work and not break if it's running without a UI. If your estimated time, Windows string is dialog string. Okay, so we're opening a window, so we're building up what we need and we're adding the pieces here. So window string, if it's blank, then we're just showing the progress bar. Of course. And otherwise we're showing what with a line break and the progress bar, and then an updated thing. Oh, remember what I was talking about the frequency? So that is here. So we have a last update. So if we want it, let's just for fun change this. So you remember how many blocks it updated at a time? And now the percentage is a bit more erratic. Did it count downwards once? I don't know, I was blind. Hopefully it didn't. Huh. Interesting. And when 100 comes around, okay. Anyway, so that we can control that here. How long? Maybe maybe that should be a parameter in some case. And then he does some math and figure out the estimated time, how long since it started, and how much is left, and so on. And so the duration. So there's, look at this function. It's actually an interesting pattern. So it's the early exit, saying that we have the update window function. So if it's less than a second since we last updated, we don't care. If we haven't really done anything, we don't care. If we're only updating a progress bar and start time is 0, so we don't care about all the time stuff, then we exit out. If it's less than 2 seconds since the last time we updated the time information and the estimate, then exit in. So kind of an early exit saying, okay, we're getting out of the function, we're getting out of the function, we're getting out of the function. That's very readable. And these are kind of the same. So we could tweak this if we wanted to, but hang on. Progress bar. So remember we saw another code which was the actual progress bar. So this one will exit a progress bar function. Percentage return value. Oh, this is, look at this. This is classic AL code here, with pad string and substring and copy string. Yeah. And these are the funky characters. So we could, no, we could, let's try. So what if we do something like this? There's a happy face and not yet. Actually, here's a trick. If you don't know this, how to get the Windows emoji thing, that's the Windows key and a dot. Then we get that. How about this one? Let's see how this goes. I may just have broken everything here. Then I get an angry email from Henrik. Interesting. The value of pad string parameter 3 is outside of the permitted range. The current value is 2. The permitted range is from 1 to 1. So what are the parameters? So the value of, so this is interesting, right? Because pad string apparently doesn't really work with a double character thing. I wonder if maybe we have just what if I do pad right? So I use the new functions and do fill count, and here I add the grinning face. No, because that's a text, that is not a char. Okay, so we could. That's interesting. So right now Henrik is kind of he's kind of reduced himself to only work in ASCII. That's okay. We were not here to. Well, since we are already and I am way over time for what I thought I wanted to spend on this video, I'm gonna spend some more. Consider everything from now on bonus hacking, because that's what we do sometimes. for because I don't know how to replicate these pad strings. So if anyone has a better way to do this, fill count do return value plus equal the running face, and then let's get back to get rid of all this. This was the original line, so get rid of that one. Well, this was, I don't even know what character this was anymore. We'll just delete it. And then for I equal fill count to 36, do. This is so gonna break everything. I'm gonna get an angry email from Henrik saying, "You broke my thing. You broke my thing." Because now we're breaking it again here. So I think this is now double. So I think we need to do 36 here and 36 here behind my head. Because we made the string twice as long. Here goes nothing. Well, it also tries to length, so maybe, but it's doing it right. It's now we're running out of percentages. You see, I have really broken this. But maybe you know how to. No. Anyway, so I think what you can do, just to kind of, let's get back on track here. If we look at Henrik's toolbox again, we look at commits. I think that this is no here. I was going to say I thought it was not only Henrik. So Waldo was in and make sure that I think he used this as a AL ops demonstrator. So I think Henrik probably accepts pull request, maybe not with smileys. Henrik is a very serious person. No, he's not. Anyway, that's an example of creating a progress bar and then breaking it. And I think it's pretty cool that you can find projects like this out on GitHub and you can use them. So go through that, and if you want to do more AL hacking, this is the video to check out. It's just for you. See you there. Take care. Bye.